See, Mohbad is dead. Mohbad.
Mohbad, whose real name is Ilerioluwa Oladimeji, is a Nigerian singer, songwriter, and rapper born on June 8, 1996 in Lagos, Nigeria. Growing up, Mohbad developed a passion for music, particularly influenced by Afrobeats, hip-hop, and street-style music that resonated deeply with the urban culture of Lagos. Mohbad pursued passion for music through various means.
Because I used to have two friends then too that do music too. But me, I used to make money from that my carpenter work. So I used to pile all this money together and go to the studio.
Participating in street freestyles and underground rap battles. These experiences helped him refine his craft and develop his unique style as an artist. He also collaborated with local musicians and producers, which made him build a following within the Lagos music scene. Mohbad's talent and dedication eventually caught the attention of Naira Marley, who was at the time a prominent figure in the Nigerian street music industry, known for his unique sound and controversial persona. Impressed with Mohbad's raw talent and authenticity, Naira offered him a record deal with Malian Music in 2019. Mohbad says that him and Naira started talking after Naira's EFCC scandal.
Me and Mali has been talking like, I think, after the issue that happened. So we've been talking on Instagram. I was charging him up like, I want to have a song with you. Like, you should just help me, give me a verse. So later, he just came up and messaged me like, am I signed to any record label or anything? I told him no. Then, when I traveled, like, I went for a show in Dubai. So he messaged me like, bro, where are you? I said, I'm in Dubai. And I said, when am I coming back home? Will I be coming back before the Amalia Fest? So I told him yes. So before then, he told me he want to get me signed to Malian's music.
The decision to sign him was most likely due to his street cred, lyrical prowess, and potential to resonate with a younger audience. He also probably appealed to Naira Marley's vision for Malian's music with the way he embodied the unapologetic nature of Nigerian street culture.
Mohbad is just another guy. I've basically always seen myself in him. And most songs he dropped is always repping something to do with Naira Marley, you understand?
Signing with Malian's music increased his popularity, and he continued to rise in prominence within the Nigerian music scene, releasing hit singles and collaborating with other popular artists. His success serves as a testament to his talent, hard work, and the opportunities provided by his partnership with Malian music. But this was the calm before the chaos.
I'm just trying to act like I'm a bad boy. Now my mama saw I don't really mean it like that from my mind. You mean it, so I don't know these people are behaving on me. They have been doing bad things on me. I went mad into it because of this issue. Now they are trying to kill me. Everybody in the whole world, please help me. If I die, Amalia is in there, Amalia kill me. I beg, if I die like this.
Okay, stop this now. What's wrong with you?
I beg, I never said they talk. No worry. They tell me they go our house. Oh yeah, call police. I go go anywhere.
Which police?
Jésù Kristi. Ọlọ́run gbà mí o. Jésù ẹ gbà mí o. Ọlọ́run ẹ gbà mí o. Jésù ẹ gbà mí o.
Sometime in 2022, Mohbad posted a series of videos and tweets accusing Naira Marley and the Malian crew, his managers especially, of beating him up.
Naira is fucking there. Nice one. Come on, no. Where they go?
Hours after that, Naira Marley went live to debunk his claim by stating that he is under the influence of drugs.
That state of mind is just, when he sat next to me, he was just smelling of the maddest shit, bro. I told him he's high. Like, you know what I mean, bro? I told him he's high of something, whatever he's high of. Shit, cause I love you guys too, you get me? Because it comes back, you know what I mean? It comes back to the gang too,
Mohbad stood on his claim and released more tweets, standing on the fact that he was getting abused, which prompted fans and internet users alike to advise Mohbad to leave the label. What I noticed in Naira Marley's live was that he said it comes back to the gang. I know gang is a slang, but in this scenario, it seems like he is running the Malian record as a gang. There is a context that people seem to omit or forget about Naira Marley that explains why he ran Malian's record the way he did, allegedly. Naira Marley, when he was in the UK, lived a gangster lifestyle. He grew up in South London and was a member of the No Manners gang in Peckham, and they are notorious for their involvement in brutal violence within the neighborhood of Peckham.
When I was growing up, it was just gang, it was just stabbings, killings, you know, no one cares about nothing, just trying to break the law, like kids, adults, everybody went to jail, you know, like it's just trouble everywhere and you have to have it on you. It's better to get caught with it than get caught without it.
In a noisy interview and also numerous sources, it's claimed that Naira faced arrest in the UK roughly 124 times.
124 times in England, arrested, gone in the cell. You don't know nothing about me. I'm not singing love song or slow jam song. I sing a gang music from early, man, a gangster.
Another evidence that suggests that Naira is not one that is above being violent is the fact that he claims that he was a gangster and still is a gangster.
Like, did you consider yourself a gangster?
I'm still a gangster, you know. I'm a gangster. I won't say I was a gangster, I'm a gangster, you know.
I hear you.
There's also a claim that Naira was allegedly using the record label to recruit people to sell drugs, and there also to give an oath to protect the secret. Apparently, Mohbad wanted out in 2020, but Naira would not let him go. Back in the UK, he also stated that he used to sell drugs. I mean, that's what gangsters do. They make money from gambling, drug trafficking, prostitution, etc. This context adds more meat to the claims that Mohbad made against Naira Marley, as well as the claim that Mohbad wanted out of the drug selling business. These are all alleged, by the way. After all the back and forth, Mohbad finally left Malian's music, terminating his contract, and in addition to that demanded for the logs and records of the digital sales of his songs and the immediate handover of his entire catalogue. He then went on to establish his own record label called Immolenization. After leaving, he releases a single called Thief. This would seem like a reply to his label, stating in the song, "Every day for the thief, one day for the owner." Basically meaning every day the thief will steal, but one day the owner will win, and it will be their day, and the thief would have to make account for what they have done. The whole song basically was him saying they wanted to cheat him. He also mentioned how they threatened his mom and dad. Okay, here I am about to give my opinion on this. I was happy he left and no longer had to face that abuse. However, when he released this song, I had a bad feeling. I remember telling a friend that Mohbad is in danger. This is because of the knowledge I had of Naira being in a gang previously, and based on the accusations that Mohbad had against him. If he was running Malian's record as a gang, in a gang, you just can't leave. When you leave a gang the way he did, also dropping a diss track, leaving a gang on bad terms, most likely, most of the time, would lead to the termination of the member, especially if they're putting out information that the gang does not want out. Just giving you guys my perspective at the time. Back to the video. His career after leaving Malian's record was going well. He released an EP called Blessed, and it featured Nigerian artists Zlatan, Belas Murder, and producers Nipskis and Timmy J. Things were looking up for him until tragedy struck.
See, Mohbad is dead! Mohbad! Mohbad!
On the 12th of September 2023, Nigerian musician Mohbad died in Lagos at the very young age of 27. There were a lot of controversies that surrounded his death, and most of the ants pointed to Naira due to their feud in the past. However, there were still quite a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to his death. The first one being the video of Mohbad's supposed friend claiming he was dead. Many speculated that Mohbad was still alive in that video as they could see him move. People started suspecting his friend to have a part in Mohbad's death. They questioned why he would say his friend was dead when in the video they claimed he was still alive. When he was
later exhumed,
many spectators claimed that they saw fresh blood on the scene. Another theory, which came from well-known rapper Portable, was that Mohbad hung out with Naira's enemies, and that Mohbad was a betrayer and the enemies of Naira killed Mohbad to implicate Naira. Another theory is that his wife is behind his death. They claimed that Mohbad's son was not his son but Sam Larry's, and the public keep urging her to do a DNA test to prove otherwise. Also, a voice recording of their argument made people suspicious of her, claiming that she did something to him because he found out the child wasn't his.
I swear to my living God. You won't have to fame me, people while hospital. You won't have to fame me. You don't know anything. I swear you don't know anything. I swear to my living God. Me, ever since I've gone to the end, my life has been fucked up. Also, my people are not showing me. I'm fear so long. There's a long. It means me, the tip of my. I'm fear so long. I'm going to back me or the power of family. I worry, yeah, my dear. Yeah, my dear forever. Oh, my regret life.
And she posted on IG recently about how she's tired of the allegations and she just wants Mohbad's dad to have a court order so she can do the DNA test and put her enemies to shame. Another suspect is his dad, because it was buried too quickly and rushed, and the cause of the death was unknown. Mohbad's dad called a known man in Ikorodu to tell him his son had passed and wanted to bury his son in the midnight. If he buried his son in the midnight, no one would know, which makes it a little suspicious. This revelation made him a suspect, and the public felt like he knows more about his son's death than he was telling or letting on, even though he responded by saying that in Yoruba culture it is not good to keep a child that is dead, especially when both parents are alive. A lot of Yoruba people called him out on it, stating that even though he was to bury his son early or quick, it was still wrong for him to bury his son in the middle of the night. I mean, his son was injected and collapsed, and his own father was thinking of burying him barely 6 hours later. Also, it did not help that when the whole world was trying to hold Naira and Sam Larry responsible, Mohbad's dad was defending Naira, saying Naira was only trying to discipline Mohbad. Another thing that made his dad suspicious was that Davido also sent money to him, and when asked about what he used the money for, he said he used it for the burial. However, Davido only sent money on the 13th.
But he was planning to bury his son on the 12th at midnight, meaning he already had the means to go ahead with the burial without help from Davido.
Another thing that was suspicious was people kept asking who sponsored his son's burial. It is said that Naira has a hold on the man based on this footage.
Phone wasn't back the lyrics. On back with phone password. From my account details here. Oh, what are those Oh, what are the phone? But you my password there. Someone try, I'm gonna block my wife there. About the phone again.
In this footage, you can see the power dynamic. And in the Yoruba culture, this is bizarre. Naira is clearly younger than Mohbad's dad. The person currently arrested for their involvement in this case is the nurse that was last seen with Mohbad. She was brought in for questioning over the injection she gave him, which was a tetanus vaccine. It is said that the vaccine she gave him led to him eventually dying, which she admitted to. She also did it in a non-clinical environment. The nurse was kind of a phony. There were 4 other suspects: Ayobami Sadiq, Prime Boy, Naira Marley, and Sam Larry. Naira Marley and Sam Larry got off on a 20 million naira bail, and the police suggest that the primary suspect is the nurse because she's an auxiliary nurse and she shouldn't have treated Mohbad at the time. Ayobami Sadiq is a friend of Mohbad and was the one who took him to the auxiliary nurse to be treated, and Prime Boy is a childhood friend of Mohbad, and it was said that they got into a fight before his death. The only theory that has more evidence than the others is the idea that Naira Marley and Sam Larry had a hand in the death of Mohbad.
Mad, let me do one girl. I think it's the
A video came out whereby we see Mohbad on a hospital bed crying out about being drugged by Naira Marley's associates.
Yeah, no, that one. I have been new any man to drug go. Making mommy here. You got to let alone. Okay. I mean, you come home. Because then that's the go move.
One you come.
One light alone. One alone. So that me. Me power. Go for God. I love you for me. I don't know what I'm. On pay a me. Pay me by you. If I know she go now. If you don't love my Lord. Don't love my Lord. Say you go go look by job. Save you nínú fídíò yẹn. Àwọn sínú náà snitching. Ọba fi wọ́n sílẹ̀. Ọba ní kékeré mi máa bọ̀ lé. Ipe ó ní pé èmi máa bọ̀ lé o. Ó ní káwọn yẹn ṣì wà bẹ́ẹ̀. So wọ́n.
In the video, he claimed to have been given a bottle of water and he was told to drink it, and no one else in the place actually drank out of the water. He was the only one that was offered the water, and it also seemed pained that Zino snitched on him and he was accusing the NDLA of setting him up, which seems very, very credible because the ambassador of the NDLEA is Naira Marley, which is very strange because Naira literally advocates weed and drugs in his music. As this was going on, people stormed the streets in protest for justice for Mohbad.
Mohbad. He died 10 days ago. No concrete evidence that this is what happened, this is what killed him. That is why we're taking this work. Justice for Mohbad, a missing one for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad!
I feel bad as an artist, as a creative, you know, having to lose a colleague. I've only met him twice, and he's an amazing person. And I pray that he gets the justice that he deserves, because he really deserves it. He deserves to actually rest in peace.
And various celebrities like Bella Shmurda, Zlatan, Davido, CK, Olamide, Inyanya took to social media to show their support, but the most notable was Iyabo Ojo. She involved herself in the case and promised to give Mohbad a proper burial and advocated justice for Mohbad.
Goes. This is how we are going to see it. This one is how we are going to see how it goes, sir. Ejo, sir. That's your good office that you are sitting on, sir. We want you to help us see to it that Mohbad gets justice. Now, before I go on, my foundation is going to write all the necessary authorities, all, just like we did in the time of the case. They are going to write all the necessary authorities, because he must get justice. My lawyer is on ground. Mama Mohbad, Baba Mohbad, eba sọ fún. Lọ́wọ́ lawyer wà nílẹ̀ o. Lawyer wà nílẹ̀ bí ìyẹ̀pẹ̀. A máa ṣẹjọ́ eléyìí o.
In the process of fighting for Mohbad, she got into a bit of a scuffle with Naira Marley as he demanded for 500 million naira from her for defamation of character. And she replies by demanding 1 billion naira for misleading the public. The issue of Mohbad's death still has a very grey cloud on it. It is very messy as there are no proper evidence rather than he said, she said, and a whole lot of speculation. Mohbad achieved so much after his death. If only he was alive to see it. May his light keep shining. So we've come to the end of the video. What do you think happened? Who do you think is responsible? Let's have a discussion down below. And if there's anything that I omitted or I need to be corrected on, please do not hesitate to comment down below. And make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a fulfilling day and bye.